we love our kids. We love living life with our kids. We love running outside and traveling to new places with them. Doing life with our kids. It's hard. It makes things slower. It's more difficult. It's more difficult to do things with a toddler and a small baby. But they're going to grow bigger. They're going to be older. They're going to have these memories and these pictures of doing things at a young age. It's not lost on them. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Brittany and I post a new video every Friday about faith, health, intentional living, and motherhood. Today I wanted to do a let's talk video, kind of like a mom talk. Just talking about having kids young, having kids close in age, and then just some practical tips for both of those. I want to dive right in. Having kids young. So I got married at 18. I was only, my birthday was the end of January and we were married by the end of April. So pretty close there. And then we were expecting our first Asher by November of the same year. So I got pregnant at 18, had him at 19, and then I got pregnant with Nora at 20 and then had her at 21. And she is 5 months old right now. I have always wanted to get married young and have kids young. I wanted to dive right into that lifestyle. I always wanted to be a mom. I wanted to have a career later in life rather than earlier and raise my kids while I was younger and had the energy to do so. And I really don't have any regrets in that area. My husband and I both were very excited about having kids at a young age, and we still are. We really enjoy it. Asher was very much planned as in we were allowing the Lord to do His work. Nora wasn't quite as planned, so we were going to have a little more space between kids. We were still thrilled to find out we were expecting her. But it did give me a bit of a surprise. I was expecting to have two under 2. Asher turned 2 in June, and Nora was born at the end of March. When I found out I was expecting Nora, I immediately started researching and looking at other moms that had kids close in age, and I kept hearing things like prepare your older one, let them be big helpers, read lots of books and watch videos. But I didn't feel like Asher was actually to the point that those things would have helped. I could not relate to those tips at all because he was only 13 months old when we found out we were pregnant with Nora. So I really couldn't use those tips at that time. That being said, as he got older and we got closer to her due date, I was able to relate to those more. He was getting to the point where he was cognitively able to understand the concept of a baby. Maybe not that I was expecting one, but he knew what babies were. So then I was able to relate more to those tips and use them. And now that Nora is almost 5 months old, I completely understand where people were coming from those tips, but it just didn't seem to relate to me at that time. So I want to give you some tips for 2 under 2 that can be more helpful for a younger toddler and that you can use through your pregnancy, or if you're just seeing this after and you already have 2 under 2 and you're trying to figure out what to do, because that was there. First one is if you are watching this and you're expecting a second or you're wanting to plan to have 2 under 2 in the future, try to have routines down with your toddler. Make sure they have a good morning routine, have a good night routine, that they know what to expect. And if you can, try to make sure they have a good sleep schedule. We did sleep train Asher right around the time we found out we were expecting Nora, and it wasn't because we were expecting, because we did not know at the time, but it worked out great. He was a great sleeper by the time she was born, and he was able to take his naps and go to bed at night without me helping him, and so naps and bedtime happened very quickly. That helped a ton. If you take anything in this video, take that. Get sleep established with your toddler before baby comes. If you're watching this after your baby's here and you're freaking out because your toddler's not sleeping, it's okay. I promise sleep will come. I know it sounds terrifying right now. I know you're exhausted, but I promise sleep will come. Give them both time to adjust. Your newborn's getting adjusted to the world. Your toddler's getting adjusted to his new world. And it just takes time. It will happen. If you're watching this before your second baby has arrived, get prepared. Be organized. Make sure your house is organized. Organize everything you can. Use nesting to your advantage and get things decluttered and your house as clear as possible. Make some freezer meals. Stock your pantry. Get things as prepared as you can. It really helps. Now, if your second is already here, it's not too late. Take 15 minutes a day, get things organized, starting with a diaper bag or a diaper station. Just take a few minutes when one of the babies are napping, or put the baby in a carrier and put your toddler for the TV if necessary, and get some organization to your life. It will help so much. This one was hard for me because I don't do this, but ask for help. If you need help, ask for help. If you need a nap, if you need someone to take the toddler for an hour, ask for help. People want to help. Be grandparents, aunts, uncles, best friends, your neighbor that said, is there anything we can do for you? Get help. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with it. You just had a baby or you're about to have a baby. Okay to ask for help and to reach out. And the last one, lose your expectations for the most part. It's okay to have expectations for your kids to sleep well, for your day to have a routine. It's okay to want those things and you can get them. But things are not going to be perfect. Both kids are going to be screaming at some point, probably every day. And you're just going to have to assess which one needs you more. And they're going to be okay. Give yourself some grace. If you are planning to have a second and you're in the planning stage or you're expecting, plan this ahead of time. Know that it might be a rough transition. Everything I read and everybody kept telling me, just get into a routine and you'll fall into a routine. And when we first brought them home, they were both screaming all the time. I was not sleeping, Chance wasn't sleeping, and it was insane. But it does happen. Believe it or not, a routine will come and there will be a light at the end of the tunnel. I received about having kids close in age is that I feel physically ready to have another baby. And I don't know. I still had a few pounds to lose in between them. I felt like I was just getting back to myself when I got pregnant with Nora, but physically from my doctor, yes, I was healed, I was ready, and I was okay to have another baby. But it was a bit draining. I was still breastfeeding Asher when I got pregnant with Nora, so we weaned him within a couple weeks of finding out because it was too much for my body to be carrying a baby and feeding a baby. Can be done. You can tandem nurse a toddler and an infant when they're born, but that wasn't for me. My body couldn't take that. A little more space probably would have been easier physically, but it wasn't too big of a deal. I had extreme morning sickness with Nora, which made it difficult caring for a toddler. I had to ask for a lot of help in that season, but I don't think it would have made much difference if they were a year apart, 2 years apart, or 4 years apart. Morning sickness would have come anyway. It still would have been difficult. Maybe not as difficult as chasing around a 14-month-old, but we got through it, and it all worked out. I just want to go ahead and talk about being a young mom. The biggest struggle I've had with being a young mom is expectations on myself. I see people in my social circle and on social media that have children, but they're in their 30s. I expect myself to be achieving things that they're achieving. I'm not going to have the same accomplishments as someone in their 30s or 40s with small children, and that's okay. And I've had to learn that that's okay and to lower the expectations on myself. Don't think everybody's watching you, waiting for you to achieve things or to get to a certain area or to be judging you for your decisions. I think that's much less likely than we believe in our minds. And so just lower the expectations for yourself. But it doesn't mean to stop dreaming. I have big goals. I want to accomplish big things. My husband has large goals. He's going back to school. I have several small side hustles that I'm doing. There's nothing wrong with achieving things at a slower pace than others or at a different time than others. We are having kids at a younger age when other people are focused on their career. We're doing both at the same time, which means that it may be a bit slower on the career or financial side. And that's okay. What I enjoy about being a young mom is that as I grow, my kids are growing with me. They're learning with me. As I learn new things in life, they're learning it with me. We are growing together. They're watching their dad work hard while going to school, and I think that's important. I think it's important that they'll have some memories of that. By the time he graduates with his bachelor's or master's or doctorate in nursing, they're going to be there right along with him. They're going to see the hard work he put into that. And I think that's really important for them to try to achieve their goals in the future. I have more energy now than I'm going to have in my 30s, 40s, or 50s. So having kids at a younger age, I get to enjoy them and then enjoy my grandkids in the future at a younger age. These are all things I had thought of in advance. It's not something that we just jumped into. We planned on having kids young. And we have stood by that decision. We love our kids. We love living life with their kids. We love running outside and traveling to new places with them. Doing life with our kids. It's hard. It makes things slower. It's difficult to do things with a toddler and a small baby. But they're going to grow bigger. They're going to be older. They're going to have these memories and these pictures of doing things at a young age. It's not lost on them. Being honest, it's not easy. It's been really difficult. There are days that I have sat and cried because both kids are crying and Chance has learned to work long hours. Even though having two kids close in age has been hard, and Asher's tantrums are in full throttle right now because he's just turned 2. Nora is still not sleeping, so I'm sleep deprived. On top of everything else on my plate to do, I'm learning so much with my kids. Breathe your babies in. There's nothing wrong with having kids young. There's nothing wrong with having them close in age. And yeah, it's hard, and some days you want to throw in the towel or curl up in bed and not come out. But it can still be beautiful. Lower your expectations, but don't take them away. You can dream big things and do big things with your kids. The question I had is, how do you handle the pressure of perfection in motherhood? This is a hard one. I struggled with this a lot. I still struggle with it, but I've come so far in knowing that all I can do is my best. And my kids want me, not perfection. I should have another video on this that I posted a few weeks ago. It's Let's Talk Perfection in Motherhood. I'll have it linked down below, so make sure you check that out. I really enjoyed having this conversation with you guys, and I'm trying to have more open, honest, vulnerable videos on my channel because those are things I like to see, and I feel like that's how we can connect mom to mom, connect woman to woman, and to grow and to do big things together. I'm so glad you found this video today, and if you enjoyed it, will you please give it a like and subscribe to my channel to see more content like this. Please leave a comment down below about what is your opinion on being a young mom or having kids close in age. Are you a young mom? Are you planning on having kids in close in age, or do you already have 2 under 2 and you're panicking? Let me know. You all have a blessed week. I'll see you next week. Bye!